Alright, let's do this round two. Now we're recording, not streaming. Maybe I should just stream and record it, but then I can't upload it to YouTube for 24 hours. But anyway, welcome to episode 3. This is my inability to hit the right button to start a podcast, right? Welcome to episode 3 of Press R, where we're going to cover the last 3 days of groups. And basically, because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about in the first 4 days. They were predictable games. That's the end game. There wasn't really a huge upset there. But now that we've thrown all our enthusiasm out the window for the Fun Plus Phoenix and Splice, since I streamed it instead of recording it, genius. Don't mind me, guys. We'll edit this out. No, we won't. I don't edit. Yeah. Faker split pushing. So, did you see the thing on YouTube where they released the comms for that game? So they released the comms for that game, and it's hilarious because there's at one point they're sitting there defending and Faker split pushing, and I think it was like Faker goes, "I think I can backdoor." Yeah. He's like, "I think I can backdoor," and then it's literally like, "I'm backdooring teleport top as soon as you get a chance." Just, and it's like they push the wave, backed up, teleported top, and it's like, "Well, this game's over. Congratulations, SKT." And it was unreal. I mean, granted, like Faker gave his life, but the worst decision that RNG made there was to have the R go out on Faker for Mordekaiser. Why would you R him? And like now you can't clear minions. Now you can't like try and CC. You can't try and slow. You can't use anything else. Yes, you take Faker out of the picture, but you've got an ADC and a top laner up there just beating your towers. It was the worst decision I had ever seen a Mordekaiser make in a game. It's like, oh, they're pushing with 3 people. Let me take one person away from this push. What? So that was. But I mean, have you ever seen Uzi really not perform? I mean, this when he gets like starved. Yeah, like today's games, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like there should have been. I feel like in the first few days of Worlds groups, there was a lot of things that could have gone different. Like, I mean, in the group of death, I still feel bad for CG getting stuck against 3 powerhouses. Like, and I want to specify it in this way because it's like I still feel even after 9 years of League of Legends, NA is not ready to be at Worlds. Like, you look at CG, their track record sucked this year, right? Look at Cloud9, which we will get to about tomorrow or later on. But like the only hope for NA right now is TL, and then you look how everyone's playing, and you look how TL's track records in NA. Yeah, they're good, but are they SKT good? I don't know. So I mean, it'd be good to talk about SKT here when we get to today's games. So I mean, the only thing that I could talk about from the Splice, Gigabyte, J Team, things like that, aside from it ruining my pickums, still salty about that one, is Splice upsetting. Like, literally climbing from, the gauntlet of getting into Worlds, the play-in stage, coming out a second seed. It's like, that's just. The head coach and teaming of Splice right now is sitting there going, just, yes. The downside of it is I got money, and I'll call it here now. Splice gets SKT coming out. 100%. So, because remember, first seed teams play against second seed teams, but Splice can't get put against Fun Plus Phoenix in quarters. So they are either going to face SKT, who's the team that beat G2? Griffin, right? So they either get Griffin, SKT, or whoever comes out tomorrow's first seed. So the three options, the likelihood of it being in a 33.3% chance repeating is gonna be SKT. Like the best case scenario that Splice gets out of that is they get put up against Griffin, who has shown so much weakness for being a number one or a number two seed from China or Korea rather. Griffin's Korean. Yeah. I'm so lost on some things right now because it's just today has thrown me out the window with what's gone on. They won the tiebreaker. Now this because G2 trolled. Look at the way they played. You look at Caps and Caps just like I don't even care, man. I'm just gonna sit here like, oh, I'm gonna play one-handed. Look at this, yeah. Like that's literally like if G2 had taken them seriously, G2 would have made it out as the number one seed. That being said, though, no European team has to face another European team in quarters. And all three of them are second tier seeds, so they're gonna be paired up against first tier. So that even might have been something where like the head coach of G2 was like, "Hey guys, just throw the game. This way we don't have to play Fnatic, we don't have to play Splice. We'll play against a team we know we can beat." I mean, they know they can beat Splice, they know they can beat Fnatic, but it's like they can by doing this call, if this is the case, and this is me being a conspiracy theorist, right? If G2 made that call, right, they have a chance of being a double European final. So there's a chance that it could be the finals of G2 versus Fnatic, or Fnatic versus Splice, or Splice versus G2. Because that's there, I mean, this is the best year Europe's had at winning Worlds. Can you stop looking at your phone? Look at her, just eyes down. Yeah, I know. Her sister's in the hospital, possibly giving birth, and she's like, we gotta record as soon as it's over so I can go. We could have procrastinated till tomorrow. We didn't have to record today. Giving birth. So Shawnee asked me today. Shawnee's my girlfriend. Anybody that watches my stream watches her walk behind me once in a while. Asked me, so which one of those two is gonna get pregnant first? Is it gonna be Mia or Alyssa? And I'm like, oh, it's 100% gonna be Alyssa. Mia's not getting knocked up ever. She's like, screw that. Nope, not me. She's like, oh, they gotta find a donor. I'm like, yeah, and guess who it's not gonna be? This guy. Oh man. So, anything else you want to cover on Splice Fun Plus, Gigabit, or J Team? Yeah, which was nobody expected. Not even the casters. Like, the casters were like, even the fans were like, holy shit. So let's move on. Oh, what were you saying? Doesn't he have the least deaths in the tournament so far? Like, who is this ADC? Like, you've got to, like, anybody that plays League of Legends and plays ADC any time in their life, it doesn't matter if you're 15-1 or 0-15, everyone leaps on you. You're like, I'm not even worth gold anymore. Why? Why are you ulting me, Rengar? Kill the LeBlanc that is killing you. Stop killing me. Like, I have no impact on the game, and here comes a Rengar. And you're like, it cracks me up with that. So, G2, Griffin, Hong Kong Attitude, and Cloud9. I'm not gonna. Aren't they the only team that's owns or like them and Yeah, them and CG are the only teams that went 0-6 or something like that in groups. It's unreal. I think the whole reason I didn't even take notes on G2's games or like the Group A, right? The Group A games was like there was nothing great about them. There was nothing that stood out that made me go, "Oh, they're really good. Oh, this is a really good game. This is great back and forth." I mean, it's like I expected Cloud9 to step up, but I'm gonna go out on the limb here and say Niske is not the greatest mid laner. Uh, yeah, what is that? Like immediately I was like, why the hell are you picking Shen? Oh, global ultimates. Who gives a fuck? Even the casters were like, so I like the global pressure this has, but if it doesn't do well at the start, like it's worthless. It's like I watched that draft and I'm just like I don't understand what's going on, why this is happening. And then yeah, the fact that like I mean, you look at G2 versus Hong Kong Attitude, it was like predictable game. Griffin versus Hong Kong Attitude, predictable game. Cloud9 versus Hong Kong Attitude, predictable game. But by the time that game was on, Cloud9 and Hong Kong were already out of the tournament. It didn't matter what they did. Yeah, it's like the only thing that mattered was the fact that Griffin came back and had the tiebreaker. And that, again, with my conspiracy theory, G2 was like, let's intentionally do this shit. No, they'll never admit that because that'll immediately make them lose the tournament because they'll be forfeited for intentionally pointing, right? But like now it's like Griffin coming out as number one seed. That kind of shocked me out a little bit because I didn't think Griffin had the power to beat G2. And either they did, but I mean I literally felt it was like the time that what was it? Caps was like I'm gonna play Vayne mid and locks in Vayne mid, and you're like, would you ever take Vayne mid for? I mean, granted he did well the game that he did that, but it's like at the same time it's like why? Yeah, but like let's look at if you look at the entire game, right? G2 wound up getting down 16k gold, right? It was 19 kills to 2, 10 towers to 0, inhibitors, barons and dragons all went in the favor of Griffin. And it's like you look at it, they picked Kale, Yasuo, Lee Sin, Ryze, and Gragas. Why? You took like the only hope you had in that was Caps like went monster mode because Yasuo in a duo lane is horrible because he's not gonna hit six fist. He's not gonna get like the free farm that he would get like if he had gone mid against what was it Chovi's Akali. Like if Yasuo had gone mid and they had played a traditional ADC down in the bottom lane with Gragas, that would have been a completely different game, right? But you took your entire thing was hoping that Wonder on Kale would get ahead. That like, and I mean, who in the hell picks Kale going? This will eventually win the game if the game gets stalled out 55 minutes. Like that's what you're hoping for when you pick Kale. The game lasts 55 minutes and you get your items and go in. No, and I mean, yeah. And I mean, like you gave them like this is the worst draft I have ever seen in my life. Hey, here's Kiana, here's Akali, here's Kaisa. Oh, by the way, we're also gonna have a Jace. That's the ultimate team of saying like if you're not taking like heavy engaged champions, which I'm sorry, Lee Sin and Gragas with a Kale and Yasuo on their team are not heavy engaged. Like this is like Yankos isn't gonna build full tank Lee Sin because that's the dumbest thing you could do in a game where you need to get ahead early. Like, oh, I'm gonna take Cinder Hulk, Dead Man's Plate, and some magic resist and just go. Have you ever seen a Lee Sin do it? No, it's just a waste of time. And I mean, the two deaths that happened, yeah, they got Akali and they got Tarzan at one point, but what did it matter at that point? That was a terrible draft. And then we look at the second one of this again. Still a 13k gold advantage. At least they got 4 kills this time, but there was 23 kills from Griffin. Why is Perks on Zoe in the bot lane? Why is Mickey on Shen? Why is Caps now playing Cassiopeia and Wonders on Jace? This is legit. Give me an ADC in the bot lane with that team comp. 10-10 G2 wins. But you throw a Zoe in the bot lane, like I get it. Caps or Perks was a really good mid laner. Why are you playing Zoe? Like, I would have been happy to see Ziggs, Heimerdinger, Rise, any one of those champions over Zoe. Because literally, Zoe is literally if I land this, I have to immediately go and try and kill. And you're going into a Rakan Xayah. What? Because this wasn't even like Zoe picked early, like, oh, we'll flex this. That was the last pick of the champion select. That was the last pick of the champion select. Here comes a Zoe. What? Come on, man. So what do you got? Oh, I just pulled up Worlds 2019, and on the day you click on the actual like where you got the if you click on G2 versus Griffin, it pulls up this little thing that you could scroll through and look at. So like it just doesn't make sense to me of why or how this happened. Which is my only thought process was G2's like, we could take, yeah, let's throw it and not have to face an LEC team and give Europe the better chance of winning Worlds. Now, that being said, all 3 European teams could go out in the first quarterfinal and not even make it to semi or finals, but I really wasn't impressed with. I was more impressed with Splice's performance than I was with this entire day of G2. Like they should have 6-0'd and walked out, and they didn't. And that's disappointing for the number 1 seed of that. Like Splice is looking better than G2 Esports is right now. You got. What would have cracked me up though is another reason for Bjergsen to create an account that says 0 and 10. Cause like there was the one time in Worlds where they went 0 and 10, like the whole NA went 0 and 10 on the day 2 or something like that. But what else you got? Note wise. Mm-hmm. What was it? The caster was like, you, he's got a 3% hook rate. First time playing Blitz on the professional stage, maybe, but at that point I was like, yo, the enemy turned on scripts, man. They're just scripting. Yeah, I think he threw like 47 hooks and hit 6. Bronze Blitz play at its finest. Nice. You know, it almost seemed like G2 that whole day was just kind of trolling. Because they would intentionally get behind and then be like, oh, guess what? We still actually have farm and items, so oh, here we are. And you're like, where was that 15 minutes ago? Why are you doing that now and not 15 minutes ago? Why aren't you just intentionally snowballing the game? And it's like, you could tell it's like Caps and Parks just got, oh, just. Yeah, I mean, once they were 4-0, they knew they were getting out and they just didn't care. And that's how it felt. But like if I was the head coach of G2, I'd be like, what the hell are you guys doing? You guys are the #1 European team looking worse than the 3rd seed who had to play a gauntlet to get here. What is this? I would be too. Like, I mean, if I'm trolling on the world stage and just like, hey, there's like a $1.5 million prize pool, but we don't care. No, I got enough money, man. I got enough money. I don't want no more. I'm good. I would have much rather had seen C9 be in like Group C because like I think they would have been a better fit than CG, and I think CG would have done better against the troll team of G2. Sadly, that's not how the draft worked, and CG is gonna go home with their tail between their legs. I imagine we're probably gonna see some replacements on CG before spring. I imagine the support's gonna go. Poor support. Blamed for everything. But yeah. Well, that's Griffin though. Like I mean, Griffin. Here's the downside though. Griffin literally was begging to not have to face SKT, and they got their wish because G2 threw out they threw out the rule book and just ran it down mid. They literally in my opinion they Tyler won the last 2 games of Worlds for them. I'm surprised they didn't just buy 6 tiers and just run it. To just they literally like didn't they literally just went 0-6, right? Where is yeah. Yeah, HKA went 0-6 along with CG. Two never in the history of Worlds has 2 teams 0-6. So they've like even the Brazilian teams that have shown up and gone there when they when they made it into group plays still got one. Yeah, yeah. I'm still I was disappointed with Group A's performance on yesterday. Uh, Group C today's games were phenomenal. Like I can't complain aside from the fact of like I'm not gonna talk about the CG games about today because they were literally just free wins, and it's just like everybody knew they were free wins, so nobody cared, right? And there was never a point where you're like, oh CG guys, this game won. No, they really didn't. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, more like it. I the game that I legit lost my mind with SKT versus Fnatic when yes The reason for this is literally the Vagar. You just now you know how to beat SKT. Shut Faker down. Make sure nobody else can come in to help Faker or Kane. Or is it Khan? Khan, right? Yeah, Kane, Khan. I don't know. I get lost on it sometimes. The best part of it is he walked through the Great Glacial Augment on the floor, then threw his E, took a tower shot twice before going back in and getting QR'd. Come on, Faker. I mean, if you've ever watched Faker's streams, he definitely trolls a lot in his solo queue games. I would disagree with that 100%. Like, cause Faker likes to win too much. I want to say like the thing that they weren't expecting was a Vagar mid that took Glacial Augment and just did what he needed to do to put Faker in his place. It was an insane game, and it got to a point where like, what was it? Let me go back here. Get back to these games. It was no, not that one. Where is this one? Right. It got to a point where Effort was getting one shot. QR gone. He was getting one shot by the Vagar. Nemesis just was like, "What? How dare you step up to me?" I don't understand how his gangplank didn't get punished harder. Like you would think Clid and Khan and Faker would just go top and beat down. But like even though the two times they did try and kill Whippo in the top lane, Whippo came out on top of it because he would get both their summoner spells or like both flashes, kill one of them and still die, but he would still get the entire minion wave. They could get nothing off of diving Whippo. Now, you take Faker up there with that, and you put a three-man dive on him, he 100% you walk out with no deaths. I don't know what happened here. There is one thing I want to touch on with CG versus Fnatic. When CG decides let's base race him, did you see Whippo's reaction? He's like, like he literally as he's taking his headset off, he's like, I don't get it. Why? They could have stalled. They could have done anything. Why did they do this? In the history of worlds, I have to understand this because this is something I'll never understand. How do two teams go, "Hey, let's five-man the bot lane in the side pushes and wait." And then they just run into each other and you're like, "How does this happen?" And I gotta give it to Whippo for playing Urgot. Like, finally, not one of the same five champions in the top lane. It's like, oh, there's a Renekton, a Shen, a Kayle, a Vladimir, or GP. Urgot. I love it. And it was funny, too. Which is funny. Which is. No, it wasn't a burn, though. It was an auto attack that killed him. Like, This is. Eating an orange gets out of his ult. So I'm literally, me and Anthony are playing, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, he just oranged out of it. He's like, well, the caster just said he can't orange out of it. I'm like, yes, you can. I have played this matchup many times before when I was trying to play Urgot top a lot. It's like, you can orange out of it. But then, 20 seconds later, the casters were like, so we were just told by the other people in the back, he oranged autoed out. So he oranged, autoed him to kill him with the burn. And it's like, I'm like, It literally, like, everybody thought it was the burn because it happened in that split second. It's orange auto go, and it's like, whoa, what the hell happened here? But he oranged out of it because, like, and I was watching the cooldown in the little corner of the screen over here, like right here, waiting for orange to come back because he had previously oranged, and it's a 20-second cooldown in early ranks. So like he had previously done it, but as he was getting pulled back in, it's like 2, 1, orange. I'm like, beautiful play. Way to go, Hooney. And I'm pretty sure I was very disappointed with Demonte's play. Like, why are you playing these champions that you like? I mean, his rise wasn't too bad, but like at the same time, like you could have played so many better champions in these games. You went 4-6 on Rise, right? You went 2-1 on Kale, and then you went. Oh wait, did I look at that right? Demonte 1-4 on Rise. Why are you playing Kale as a mid laner? Like, like pre-level 13, there's no reason to be playing Kale. Like, you might as well just sit at your tower, wait for the minion wave, auto it a few times, go back, buy your one piece of your item, and come back. Like, if you're gonna play Kale, your team needs to have a front line from hell, right? And it's like, you look at this, you have Skarner, Nautilus, Ezreal, Heimerdinger, and you picked Kale. Into a Camille. That's no, that was SKT versus them. Yeah. And so you're taking oh no, this was his Rise game. Where was it? Was it RNG that he had that? Yeah, RNG. So on top of this, right? You have a Rek'Sai, a Rakan, Kai'Sa, and Kiana, and you're playing Kale. First of all, you need to have like a beef frontline. Rakan is the worst thing you can have playing a Kale if your jungler is not some hyper engaged like a Gragas, a Lee Sin. Like I would have preferred to see Huni play Kled top because at least that gives like the threat advantage in that, right? Like yeah, he went 3-3, but I mean uh what is it? Like 4-0 on Ming, which is the worst possible thing that you can have happen for a team is your support has most of your kills in the early game. But Uzi still came back 4-1. uh, Zhao's Akali went 5-1, and you're playing Kale. Like you have a front line with a Kled, Gragas, a Shen at this point would have been a better pick because it's immediately peels whatever's hitting you off to allow you to back up and farm. Yeah, you get the Kale R, but what good is the Kale R when you've got an Akali? Oh yay, I'm invulnerable for 1.5 seconds. Kali's just like, I'll see you in a second. I, I don't understand. Like in solo queue, 10 out of 10 that works. In professional play, that draft sucks. The head coach that said to draft that is a moron. Oh, just they left Kiana open. Go ahead and take that. Oh, look, Kale's open. Yeah, go ahead and take that. Oh, look, Rek'Sai's open. We'll take that too. Oh, they didn't pick Rakan? Sure, throw that in there too. And Cody Sun's just like, Kai'Sa's open too. Done. That's a perfect team comp. I like it. It's gonna carry very well against RNG. My only imagine is, whoa, man, I got this idea. How about a Kiana Kale comp with a Rek'Sai? I like it. I mean, granted, it wasn't like the worst loss that I have seen all day, but we're talking about what was this like? Cody Sun had like the least deaths of the tournament. Or no, Kobe does. Kobe had the least deaths of the tournament, but Cody Sun was also one of those that like was known for getting the least amount of deaths in the LCS, and he had the least amount of deaths in play-ins. To have him just get like his team literally said, "Hey Cody, we're gonna fuck you in the ass because we don't care about how good you are. We're gonna do this other stupid plan and hope it works." Like if they literally drafted to just put Cody Sun on the world on Cody Sun's shoulders and played around that, 100% they would have done better. But like they're like, oh, Demonte's kind of good. We'll play around him. Huni used to be on SKT. Right, but I mean he has his champions. Like, but he's also a monster on Kiana. Why did you give Kiana to Huni instead of putting Huni on something like a Renekton or a Camille or a Kled? Anything that would have been like, we can wreck into you. It's like, oh, we gave him a Kiana into an Aatrox. It's a dumb draft. It's a dumb pick. It's a dumb setup. Like, if you're the third seed from the LCS, like in your head, you've played the gauntlet. You took down TSM to get here, and you did what with it? Nothing. Oh, we're really good from playing from behind. Usually when we go 0-2, we 3-0, and it's like no, that's not how this works. That's not how you're supposed to do things at all. If your mentality I mean, not only does your chance go out the window, but like this is something like you're no longer if you're gonna make it to Worlds, you're no longer that team that just like scrapes by. You have to get that mentality out of your head. Like if it's like, oh, we won by the the slightest hair. And it's like that mentality has to get out the window because like you went into play-ins against the worst of the worst teams from every region. You didn't go into these against like the best of the best teams. Like, I mean, aside from Damwon Gaming, who they didn't even have to play, like you went against the worst of the worst teams and like came out on top because like, oh, we're so good, we came out on top from being the worst of the worst. That's not saying much. That's not saying. I just want Uzi to win worlds. He's so like aside from Reckles, he's the only player that's gone to worlds so many times and never won. It's just like Uzi wrecking the face of him. Yeah. I mean, it's like the biggest problem that I've noticed is like who is their support? Who's SKT support or Royal Never Go support? Ming. Ming. Right? No, not Mickey. Ming. Right? So Royal Never Give Up. Like, I mean, most of the times that they lost games, it was Ming getting caught in the worst places. Right? Like, I mean, aside from the game that they played against Clutch, you look at SKT versus Royal Never Give Up. Ming has 5 deaths, 0 kills. Right? And RNG versus Fnatic. Again, Ming's 0-3. Wait, this is you're talking about when he was on Leona? Yeah. Where was the game? I swear it was today too. Where was the game? Oh, in the Fnatic clutch game when Vulcan took Pike and just ran around the base. They chased him for like 3 minutes. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Just go push. Screw the Pike. What is he gonna do? Oh man. But like I mean, there's so many things that I can fault. Oh, my screen just went blurry because I moved in. My camera auto adjusts. Stop it. But like, there's so many things that I can fault here. Because I mean, you look at the game where they played against um, Fnatic, right? Like the first game they played against Fnatic, not the second one, right? Cause, yeah, or no, they only played one game. Yeah, they only played one game. I thought there was a tiebreaker, which for whatever reason, the tiebreaker was the game, right? The game they played against Fnatic, like there's so you drafted the, in my opinion, the worst team comp that you could because you brought in a I'm gonna stand back and poke team, and which would have been fine if they had anything but Gnar. Gnar was like the worst choice in the top lane. And granted, yeah, it could bully Whippo around after it gets to level 3 or 4, but at the same time, you have a Lulu, a Ryze, an Ezreal, and a Lee Sin, right? Gnar should have been Kled or Camille, something that doesn't have to wait for a gauge to fill up and then go in. Because if you're gonna catch a pick, if Gnar's nowhere near going mega, that pick is now useless because you have no direct CC. You throw a Camille or Kled in that who just R's in. What does that person do when you catch them? Nothing. Like this is again where I come down to the draft being the problem, not the actual players. Because look at Uzi, 319 farm, 2-1. Like I guarantee you, he probably had some of the most damage in the game to any of them. Yeah, like this is something that like you look at and you're like, I don't understand why you pick something like. Granted, Mega Gnar's great when it's available. It's not something where it's like you're not waiting on a cooldown. You're not waiting on 10 seconds. You're not waiting for flash. You're waiting to build up rage that you have to like if you're trying to contest Baron, right? And Gnar is on his way down, he has to start hitting minions here or a jungle camp before going towards Baron because like you could throw a boomerang out, but that's not going to give you your rage bar. You literally have to have that at like 70% before you can initiate that fight. Whereas if you had Camille or Kled, you just are in and run them down. 100%. You are in with a Ryze, an Ezreal ult, and a guaranteed Lulu ult on the Kled. That game's over. There's 10-10, no way that Fnatic wins. But this again comes down to like where I think people prioritize like the most commonly picked champs during a meta and don't look at the advantages of what something else could do for them. Cuz that was CG. CG ulting in and SKT's like, "We know you did it. We're coming." But that's like the game where where was it? It was Whippos on Urgot against CG, and he's just sitting there walking around circles of Baron. Like, he's got 35% HP. Get the fuck in there and kill him. What are you doing, CG? Like, this comes down to where I think, like, I suffer from this a lot if when I play with, Eben locks, right? Like, we'll go into a game and play normals to troll around, and there'll be a Diamond 2 player on the enemy team, and I'll just be like, I'm going to get my ass kicked. I signed up for supreme ass kicking. That's what I have done. And then it's like, I go in, and it's like, I'm now playing scared because this guy's a higher elo than me. And I'm like, I don't understand why I'm getting my ass kicked because I'm playing passive. I'm now standing back. Anytime he steps forward, I'm moving away from minions. Like, and that's what I think happened with CG here. They were just like, Fnatic's so much better than we are. We have to play backwards. and that's the mentality I have sometimes. But like I finally found my way to beat Kled because like Kled's a champion that if I pick something and somebody locks in Kled, I'm like, well, I've lost this game because I could never beat Kled in lane. Like he just dominates me in lane till I played Fiora. And I don't play Fiora. The first time I picked up Fiora since her rework, and I'm just like, oh, okay, look at this. I just whooped Kled's ass. What do you got note-wise for anything here? Anything that we haven't touched on yet? I think like most of the time when they play on stage, Faker forgets that he's not that that he's like 0-3 at this point. Or like I think he thinks he's just gonna pull. He thinks I believe he gets into the believable hype that he is the unkillable Demon King. Because I mean, look at what he did on what was it? Day one when he just like sidestepped everything that Lee Sin and Mordekaiser threw at him with like 12 HP and he just walks away, dodging everything. It's like you can't deny Faker's skill. Like he's one of those guys that literally, if you were to put him 1 versus 5 and let him go, 9 times out of 10 he's gonna come out on top. But there's sometimes where he just like I don't know, just goes fuck it, I'm gonna do it, regardless of the outcome. I have some of those moments when I play Lee Sin. 90% of the time, Yuumi was banned. And I'm glad. I hate Garen Yuumi bot. And like not because it's like OP or broken. It's just fucking boring to watch. Like whee! If I wanted to watch Teacup spin, I'd go to a freaking carnival. Like but that's like if you watched any games in Worlds that had Garen Yuumi bot, like they go down and look at the CS and then it's back off to whatever the junglers are doing because no one cares. It's literally sit. Now like you give me a solo queue Garen Yuumi where they're just playing hyper aggressive and running at people, it's a bloodbath. And that's a better game to watch than we which is why it was banned, yeah. So let's go let's talk about the future. Things that we can't have notes on yet. Because we got one more day of games. Well, I mean, they get a free win against AHQ, right? And its current standings is what? And it's 2-1 on everyone, right? Aside from Damwon? Yeah, but it's like it's what 2-1, 2-1, 1-2, 1-2, right? Is the current standings? Or no, it's no, because AHQ is 0-3 right now, right? Yeah, the current. I'm gonna scroll down through here and see what we've got so far. So yeah, it's HQ's 0-3 and it's 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. So it's literally a three-way tie for first place. So thought process wise on this, right? I don't wanna be the dick here, but TL's gonna choke. TL's gonna choke, and it's gonna be Invictus Gaming Damwon that comes out. Here's why. Here's why I think it's gonna happen, right? Because they're not going to do what they need to do with Doublelift. They're not going to put him on the carry that he needs to play. They're going to force him onto some stupid mage or tell him to play Syndra or some stupid shit like that. Or they're going to get Garen Yuumi and they're just going to get shit on by Rakan Zaya. Something's going to happen. And it's like, I really think, like, because Damwon's fucking amazing. Right? Like, Impact's good, but yeah, like I mean, granted, I think they beat Invictus Gaming and AHQ, right? But Invictus Gaming beat Damwon, so they lost in. Oh, so they lost to Invictus. So then Damwon beat Invictus Gaming? Is that what happened here? TL lost or won against HQ. Damwon beat HQ to HQ. Damwon. Yeah, Damwon lost to TL. No, wait. TL beat Damwon and HQ lost to IG. IG lost to Damwon Gaming. Okay, so here's where this gets even funny, right? So if you go back to play-ins, right, where it was rock paper scissors, right? Uh, Clutch couldn't beat unicorns, but Mammoth could beat unicorns, but Mammoth couldn't beat Clutch, right? So so like this rock paper scissors group again, but HQ comes back 3-0s. Yeah. That throws a wrench into everything because then like even if TL loses to Invictus but beats Damwon, right? Invictus loses to AHQ and Damwon beats like it winds up being a 3-3 full group and every tiebreaker has to be played. It would be hilarious, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think AHQ has the skill to beat Invictus Gaming. I don't think they have the skill to beat Damwon. I think they could upset TL. Like this is where like the wrench comes into play and why I think IG and Damwon will get out is TL is going to get upset by AHQ, beat Damwon but lose to Invictus, and that puts them out of the tournament with AHQ because Damwon's going to beat Invictus and AHQ. You could, I mean, after today, after what I've witnessed the past 3 days with upset victories, anything's fucking possible. AHQ 3-0s and then wins the gauntlet and goes out first seed. It could happen. Is it likely? No. They'll probably if I'm TL or IG, Vladimir Rise gone. Period. End of story. Give him Garen Yumi, but ban Vlad, ban Rise. Do not let those champions through because if Showmaker or Nuguri gets those champions, you're going to have a bad day. I don't care who you pick into it, you're going to have a bad day because they're likely going to be like, we're not going to do shit the first 30 minutes of the game. We're just going to farm and we're going to. And when we get to 20 minutes of the game, we're going to have 4 items where you're only going to have 3 and we're going to kick your ass. So, and I mean, it's very hard to ban out Showmaker. Like, he's got a champion pool. Nuguri's got a champion pool. But there's. With what's in meta and what they've been playing, you ban those 2 champions, it's free win. Well, it's an easier win. It's not a free win, it's easier win. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be IG and Damwon. And the reason I say this is because both NA teams have already been beaten out, and it's just the NA curse to lose week 2. Like, week 2 has always been NA's curse where they just lose everything. They go. That's bullshit and you know it. Home field advantage doesn't mean shit. You see how well that does against SKT. SKT 5-1. That's all I'm saying. 5-1 on SKT. Where's Fnatic's 5-1? He was so good last year. What's his stats like in this world so far? Anybody got stats on JackeyLove? I don't. But mean, at the end of the day, there's so much that could go on in these games. Like, let's see, can we don't get to click on links there, but oh well. Let's go back. Yeah, like, I mean, versus Invictus Gaming, JackeyLove 1-6 versus 7-2. If I'm TL, he ain't getting it. He ain't getting it. Those three champions should never make it through the first phase of Champ Select. If they make it through first phase of Champ Select, no, because they'll already be picked. They've already made it through. Like, because, flat out, like, even if they go ahead and they decide to not target ban these three champions, right? Like, you're not going to care what you put Nuclear on, right? Because Nuclear is going to be like, okay, you banned out Kai'Sa, you banned out Xayah, I'll still play Ezreal, I'll still play Jhin, I'll still play Sivir. I don't, like, if they target ban any of Nuclear's champions, it is a 100% waste of a ban. Like, you need to get Canyon and Nuguri off their prize picks. If they're on their prize picks, it's going to be a very hard fought game. Yes, 100%. 100% you ban the Vlad over Pantheon. Yeah. Who cares if Nuguri gets Renekton? You take a CC comp and you just lock it down, right? What good is a Renekton if you just chain CC it? Like, if they pick Renekton, you take Leona and you just walk in and just 3-stun it. He's dead before he has a chance to do anything. Even if he pops Dominus early, right? If he walks into a Leona who just Zenith Blades in, shield blocks him, R's him, he's gone. Now that's granted that you don't take a fucking Ezreal with a Leona. And I say this because Ezreal doesn't have the 100% burst through. Like, if you're going to take a Leona, you need to have Xayah, you need to have Kai'Sa, even a Jinx, something that's got the ability to just eat through Renekton fast. Because, I mean, anytime Renekton's been picked, if there's a Xayah on the enemy team, she just Qs him, autos him once, rips her feathers right back in, and he's gone. But, I mean, it's going to be... I'm hoping tomorrow's games are going to be the best. I hope, like, they're the last hope for NA to get out of groups. But, and this was TSM's biggest mistake of getting rid of Doublelift. I've said it once, I'll say it again, I'll say it over time. Like, I mean, my honest opinion. Yeah. It was Broken Blade. I don't know if Broken Blade's still on the team because, like, recently on his streams, he's still got the TSM, like, thing in the corner, but his name is 404 now. It's 404 Broken Blade, not TSM Broken Blade. So I don't know if he's still on TSM or if that's just another one of his Smurf accounts. I don't know. Well, Bjergsen just re-signed for 2 years with TSM. Though, Bjergsen's never been the problem of TSM. It's always been the jungler or the support, right? When they had Doublelift, the support that Doublelift had was what, Biofrost? And Biofrost was okay, but Biofrost wasn't great. Like, not to pick on Biofrost at all, but like he's not a great support, right? See though, but I still wouldn't bring Hylissang over to NA. Like I would never offer, like if I was the head coach at TSM, my biggest problem that I've had so far is all these fucking European imports. And I don't say that like European imports are bad, but like in the sense of like you as the owner of fucking TSM have prioritized European players over the players that have better numbers, better gameplay, and more consistent. I'm sorry, but Sven sucks. One of the worst ADCs I've ever had the privilege of watching on TSM. And this is going back before Wild Turtle when KX was on there, who never showed up to tournaments. Wild Turtle was a great ADC. The problem was is he got bored a lot because games like the gameplay would be, all right, let's just stall out for 15 minutes. Wild Turtle wanted to play the hyper aggressive. Let's go in, let's fight, let's go, 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 go. And it'd be like, oh, we gotta like stall out, wait for Baron, wait for the dragon, wait for this, wait for that, and then it's just like I'm just gonna flash forward and start autoing something. Like I mean, that was the giant meme going around for Wild Turtle. Flash forward, and just flashes over walls and dies because he just gets bored. And it's like, but I don't know. Tomorrow is going to be the last day of play-ins. We're gonna see the last two teams make it out. The following weekend. So it'll now be. We will see on Saturday two sets of quarterfinals, and on Sunday we will see two sets of quarterfinals. Then we'll wait 5 days for the next weekend, and it'll be semifinals. But it'll be 1 day for one team, 1 day for the next team, and then we will have the next day will be like third place, and then the following week will be finals. So everything's gonna be a best out of 5 after tomorrow. So now there was we're only an hour and 1 minute in. This is gonna probably be our shortest episode first. Because the last time everything was where it was like, oh, we're at an hour, let's finish this. 27 minutes later. So yeah, 920 is out. But we can we're gonna it's not even worth looking at. It's just a few minor changes. It's not a major buff. What I'm excited for. So sick of Garen. So sick of Garen. Every lane, Garen. Jungle Garen. Mid lane Garen. Top lane Garen. Bot Garen. Support. I got obliterated in a game by Garen Jungle. He was like 14-1 at like 18 minutes in the game because he just run on in. Well, the worst part of it is they buffed his movement speed on Q, so now he just gets to fucking run you down. It's a fucking Rammus with damage. That's what it is. What I'm excited for though is the changes coming in preseason. Oh my god, the new dragons. I can't. It'll be middle of November. We'll get preseason. So I think it's November 19th is end of season 2019 for League is. Yeah, I think November 19th is the end. And if I'm right, November 19th is a Tuesday, which means preseason will likely hit December 3rd. It'll either be the day that it ends that we'll get preseason starting, or it'll be November 3rd, 2 weeks later, when they release all the rewards and everything else out. Your champion skin that you get for getting gold. Hurry up. You've got like 3 weeks. Do it. Or you're victorious. In regular ranked or in flex? I'm working my way up to gold 3 just because when nobody's on, there's nothing to do. I just troll my way through rank queue. But I'm going to be booked for 10 days. Starting October 28th, I'm going to be booked for 10 days. Because normal Earth is back. Not AR Earth. Normal Earth. I can pick Thresh, Malphite. It's gonna be so good. You don't understand, man. It's like, I mean, there's still gonna be the bans, so like 9 times out of 10, Zed is gonna be banned, and I'm not gonna get Zed, which give me Zed in AR or in normal Earth. Just let me have him one time. I will get hexa kills all day long. Right? I want Zed. I can't wait to play like my champions that I play. Like, I mean, let's talk about what's finally fucking going away. At end of season, Spear of Sojin is gone. Because it's too fucking broken. Look at a Jax that gets Spear of Sojin. Look at a Renekton that gets Spear of Sojin. Look at Fiora, Irelia. Any one of them that gets Spear of Sojin just gets instant cooldowns on their abilities. I need them to fix Presence of Mind though. Presence of Mind needs to go away. You aware of that talent or that rune? What are you reading? She's like, they need to fix Nico's bug. Nico, like after, like if she uses R while in low HP, she goes invulnerable and won't die. Me and Ebenlocks were playing a game. Did they fix it in there? No, that has nothing to do with her. She like cause me and Ebenlocks were playing a game. He alled in her, got her to like 150 HP. She popped R, and as soon as like the shield went away, he went to R her again because he plays Diana a lot, and it did no damage. So he flashes away, throws a Q, no damage. The jungler runs in and throws all of his abilities on her, no damage. It's like, what the hell is this? Why is she invulnerable? And it's like she got an immortal aftershock for some reason. It's unreal. Like he's there was no Kayle in the game, and he's literally sitting there going, he's like, she's got an immortal aftershock. She's not dying. She's not taking any damage, and it happened like 3 times in the game. We're like, what? Why? Apparently not. Apparently they didn't know about it. But I'm excited for Spears Legend going away. I'm excited about the new elemental drakes and how they're gonna affect the game. Air Drake is no longer movement speed. It's gonna reduce ultimate cooldown. No, no. Because I mean, like a good Jax player is gonna go Tiamat, Trinity Force, then Spear of Sojin. They're not gonna rush Spear of Sojin because it doesn't offer them anything other than cooldown reduction. I mean, it gives them raw damage, but if you're in the laning phase, Spear of Sojin is worthless because it doesn't help you push and trade. Whereas Trinity Force and Hydra will. You'll notice bad Jax players will immediately rush Spear of Sojin, and it's just like, why? What good does that do? But if you have Trinity Force with Tiamat and then Spear of Sojin, I mean, I've gotten pentakills with Jax with that. It's beautiful. But I definitely think it needs to go away. There's no reason Jax should have an Earth stun available. Like, I mean, his he pops Spear of Sojin and just runs in, and he has like stun every 2 seconds. That's bullshit. I'm never gonna die. Come here, bitch. Irelia, Fiora. I've seen it be. I built it on Kai'Sa. Because what's more annoying than having an Acathean surprise from her? Or Acathean Rain? Every 2 seconds. And when you have Rage Blade with Spear Sojin, it's just mean. This is not even fun to play against. So what did you get in your shop? Yes. Did you get baited by Riot into spending money? Okay, let's ask this question. Let's ask this question. Did you, if you weren't recovering from the wedding, would Riot have baited you into spending money? Hold on. Hold on. Let's do this again. Because you've been playing it more. So I got baited in. I spent money. Because Godfist, Lee Sin, Mighty Jackson, KDA, Kai'Sa. Yeah. Like, Riot was like, I know how to get this fucker to spend money. Boom! Here you go. I don't care for the other 3 skins that are in there. I got 50% off of Lee Sin, 60% off the Kai'Sa, and 60% off of Jax. I was like, No, I had a higher. think I had one that was like 90% off on something. I just don't remember which one. But yeah. Which Nocturne skin did you get? Which Nocturne skin? That's the best one. Oh god, you probably got the worst one too. Which one did you get? When did you get a recliner? Elderwood? Oh, that's not bad. So, I guess for the final thing that we're gonna kind of go over, November 10th, you're coming, right? The viewing party, we're gonna do that Sunday. We're gonna live stream from my living room, us viewing the finals of League of Legends. Yeah, November 10th, Sunday. We're doing it early. Like Vaughn's gonna spend the night here because she's got a 45-minute drive, so you'd have to get up at 5 o'clock to get here in time for it. No, you're only like 20 minutes away. Cause you can literally go straight down like your main road, and then it's like make a left, follow that until you get to Newcut, make a right, follow that to my street. So you're not far from my house. So yeah, World starts at 7, so we're starting the viewing party at 6:30. It's in Europe. Yes, I demand you to be here. I had to go to your wedding. You have to come to my viewing party. Yeah, I'm gonna like my plan is to like throw like a Super Bowl esque style party. Yay, sports! A style party. Like I'm planning on like having like hors d'oeuvres in a sense, and yeah, like me and Vaughn are gonna start drinking at 7 a.m. when it starts, and I recommend requesting off the day after. Request November 11th off. Yes, it's on a Sunday. Well, I mean, the good news is it'll be over by 3, so if you really are fucking worn out, you can go to sleep. So, but I'm still thinking. Oh, I might not be able to. I might not have to pay time off because I am taking half day in, or maybe. Oh no, I have the whole day off. I can't. I because we're going out of town at the end of November. Yeah, I'll recover. I've gone to work half hungover before. I've gone to work half drunk. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, no big deal there. So you're coming. I will come pick you up if I have to get up at 5:30. Start banging on your door, get your dogs to bark. You better not have anything planned. It's World's Finals, damn it. You planned a wedding during group stages. You can't have anything else planned during finals. You're gonna tell me you're going down to her family's, or that's when your honeymoon is, or some shit. Come on. No, you gotta be here. If like we're gonna go all out, we're gonna go all out. I'm gonna put the big TV out in the living room. We'll put it up on that. We'll move my computer out there so we can live stream. Viewing party. I will literally come get you. You're not that far. I will show up and kick your door in. Wake up! Alyssa's more than welcome to come, unless she's got to work that day. She can hang out with Shawnee, cause, cause Shawnee's not gonna like literally sit there and do anything, but she'll probably be in here playing on her computer. So, viewing party. I tried to get a whole bunch of people from work to show up. Yeah, all the people that play League at work. I tried to get them to come. Yeah, pretty much. But I'm gonna be up. I'm not missing finals. I'm not missing a single moment of finals. If you're gonna be up, you better be here. I swear, I will do nothing, but I will act like I'm gonna do something. Yeah. All right, hour and 14 minutes. I can start uploading this and start doing some things around the house. What? What did you? Are you gonna be on later tonight? Or are you probably gonna be at the hospital the rest of the day? You're gonna play now. That's why we can't have nice things. Is she even like dilated yet, or whatever they call it? Barely contracted. Then why the fuck? Oh. You sure she didn't just pee herself? Could be tomorrow. Could be at midnight tonight. Could be at any point. I won't be going because she's not related to me, but anyway. Is that when Alyssa gets off? Yeah, you should. There will be a link to her stream in the description below, along with her YouTube channel still. Yeah, quit slacking. Well, I mean, you had an excuse. You got married. Screwed up my YouTube channel's podcast. And you cried your eyes out. So cute. Yes! Yes, we are. We're still recording. I mean, like, I can upload this later because Johnny wants to, like, watch a movie when she gets home. So, I can upload it later so we can play. Alright, so, there'll be a link to her Twitch in the description below. You know, well, I'll be streaming, but like there's always a link to my stream in the description below. But we're gonna put your YouTube and your things. We're selling out here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know what this was, but please no gang signs in our videos. All right, and we'll see you next week. We will probably be breaking down what's happened in. I think we should do the recording though Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so we'll upload Sunday after we watched the quarterfinal games, so we have that to talk about. Luckily, we won't have to take notes Monday through Friday this time, just on Saturday and Sunday. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.